Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video we are here for the 34th league match preview of the season, which is actually quite scary to think about that we've already battered out 33 of these bad boys just for the league in itself. But what's even scarier than the prospect of time just flying in the way it has this season is we face tomorrow a Hibs side that is one of the best teams in this league, one of the most dangerous teams in this league, yet we've dominated this league so badly this season. We've lapped teams so hard that we're actually not even running by teams anymore. We're actually moonwalking and giving them wee waves as we pass by them, because after 33 games played, we face a team that's sitting third the more in the league, and we're 33 points clear of them. That's madness. Oh, nation, honestly, this Rangers team isn't getting half the respect that actually deserves for being as good as it is. But as always, I will sit here and I'll try to remind everyone how good this Rangers side is. Something else that I'll sit here and remind everyone. By the way, I can't believe I've just done that transition. I feel dirty, but you know, it's time for me to be cheap and it's time for me to be cheeky. As always, if you enjoy the channel, please consider helping the old channel out. We are closing in on 50k and that milestone is absolutely ridiculous. So if everyone can pull together and if we can push towards that goal, any help would be greatly appreciated. Now, something else I'm pretty sure will be greatly appreciated is if I just stop all the singing and the dancing and I just get on with the actual video, and I will do that now, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, we will start off with the old oppositional preview and have a look again at a Hibs side that is sitting 33 points behind us in the league, however, are still sitting in that third spot space where I'm sure if you asked any Hibs fan before the ball was kicked this season, if you want to be sitting third, 7 points clear of Aberdeen going into this split, I think every single one of them would not only accept that, but they would rifle it down their old gullet. But I think it's that aspect right there that makes this preview a little bit harder than to actually do, because if you're looking at it from an update from when we last played and bet Hibernian on the 27th of January, thanks to that wonderful constructed goal by Rangers and a fantastic finish for our boy Alfredo Morelos. Yes, that's what I remember from that game, that man standing doing one of these. But since that game, from a Hibs perspective, their seasons kind of went on the exact same format it's been all season long. After losing a game of football, they're able to pick it up again, go on a fantastic win and run, only to have that stopped by a truly baffling, head-scratching defeat. Because you look at it, since losing 1-0 to Rangers on the 27th of January, Hibernian responded with a fantastic 4-match winning streak that saw them get a win over Aberdeen, and which was a truly crunch game of football for both teams. Arguably the biggest game for the two of them up to that point of the season, because that there was the battle for third place. Who was going to grab the stranglehold in the old third spot in the old league? But Hibernian just absolutely ran away with it, looked a better team, and they would look brilliant throughout that entire 4-match winning streak as well, if I'm honest. But then that fantastic win and run and that form just gets flipped completely on its head, and the way they lost their win and run, by the way, was just baffling, because they went ahead and played Motherwell and they lost 2-0 versus Motherwell, and Motherwell couldn't win a raffle if they had every single ticket in the frickin' raffle. All that hard work, all that fantastic run to be ripped apart by a team that's been struggling all season long. And after losing 2-0 versus Motherwell, they followed that up with a 1-0 loss versus St Johnstone, where I've got to be fair, St Johnstone are a very good side this year, way playing above my expectations for them this season. And in that game of football, you saw a team of St Johnstone hungry, out battling them and just willing to fight for every single ball, and that's how they bet Hibernian in that game. And I think that there, and what we've already spoken about already in this short part of today's video, perfectly summarises Hibs' season. The only thing they are consistent at being is so damn inconsistent. You genuinely don't know when Hibs are going to turn up, and if you want to finish the old form coming into this game of football after losing the back-to-back games to Motherwell and St Johnstone, they did actually pick up a win after coming back from 1-0 behind versus Ross County before going in their most recent league match to the old Tony Macaroni and grabbing a 1-1 draw with Livingston. Not exactly rampant form for the old team sitting third in the league, trying to close the gap on Rangers and Celtic. Not fantastic to say the least. But they didn't need to be, ladies and gentlemen, as the self-destruction from Aberdeen and Derek McInnes over the last couple of months has took the pressure off them and their recent performances. Certainly shows that. With that being said, however, I'm not exactly expecting Hibernian to come coasting into this game versus Rangers. I'm sure this neutral what they've been in over the last couple of weeks and in the last couple of league games will certainly be pushed aside, because as soon as that whistle goes, we know for a fact we will see the best of Hibs, because every single time you've seen the best of them this season, it's usually been up against Rangers. We know their mentality will be right. They know they'll be diving in, they'll be tackling, they'll be throwing themselves on the line. They will be giving absolutely everything for the first whistle to the last, because they will be wanting more than probably anyone bar one other team in this old league to be the team to stop our undefeated streak. Now again, from what I've said an undefeated streak before, it's not that important to me, you know what I mean? The 55 was the present that I wanted this season. I've got that. The undefeated streak is just a nice little ribbon. It's on the top if it happens. But you know for a fact, every team we'll be playing post-split now will be looking at this as the opportunity to be the team that beats the undefeated streak. That's an interesting carrot to dangle in front of your team, and you have already got a motivated team like Hibernian. They'll be right up for this, and that's why I'm expecting to see the best of Hibs. It's just if we can get our level back and get our concentration and fight them back, because if you want to beat Hibs, St Johnstone showed it a couple of weeks ago, you just have to want it more. We've wanted it more over the last couple of games, winning nippy bum time games 1-0 thanks to a goal from Hadji at Ibrox, and then obviously a goal from Alfredo Morelos at Easter Road. And I think we are going to have to roll the sleeves up and battle once again, ladies and gentlemen, if we want to continue this beautiful winning run that we've started to have over Hibernian. And with that being said, that's us done and dusted with the old oppositional preview right frickin' there. We've played them a lot this season. You didn't need me to sit here and tell you how they set up and how they play. We know exactly what they do. They haven't tweaked or changed anything, ladies and gentlemen. We know it will be a battle tomorrow, but as we've shown all season long, battling is what this Rangers team does. So let's flip over now and talk about what matters most, which is of course Rangers Football Club. And let's start off right away with some fantastic news, ladies and gentlemen, as we got another contract extension over the line, and I'm so delighted to say big Leon Balogun is here for another year. Now I think, considering this is a preview video and this is mostly just watched for the absolute die-hard legends of the channel, it never gets the same amount of views as the reactions of that, but for everyone who watches a preview video, I feel like we're all connected. We all know each other. We spend so long together, so I think everyone knows where I sit with this one and knows that I'm absolutely delighted by the fact that Leon Balogun has went ahead and signed. But I do want to give him a wee bit of praise, because I feel like his performances all season long has deserved a wee moment or two just to reflect on how well the big man's actually done, because he came in here with a 1-year deal with not much fanfare. I remember speaking him up a lot in his old reaction video when he was announced and everything like that. I spoke about him pretty highly, but I've got to be honest, the way he's just strolled it into this team has been absolutely fantastic. You're talking about big, no compromising, physical. He's got everything and he's dominant back there. All traits that we were supposed to see by big Shane Duffy. Remember when the media and everything was blowing smoke up his arse for coming up here saying he was going to do this and do this for the back line? Well, Leon Balogun has came in on a free with a quarter of what they're paying that big three-legged cart horse Shane Duffy per week. He's come in here and he's performed at such a consistent level. Everything we were supposed to see for Duffy this season, we've seen for Leon Balogun, and for me that won't get lost on a fantastic season. He's been brilliant, dominant. He deserves this contract, and I can't wait to see him going ahead again and try and win on another contract this year. I like that, you know, wee year deal here, go ahead and win it. Wee year here deal, go ahead and win it. I like that by Rangers Football Club. So Iron Nation, I'm absolutely delighted. His centre-back impact from his first season in, for me, was quite similar to Carlos Cuellar, if you remember him and everything. Not saying that he played up to the standard, because to me, Cuellar, when he came into this league in that season, oh my God almighty, you couldn't move him for the squad on the European level and all that as well. But I feel like it is fair enough to put him near that conversation in terms of a centre-back coming in his first season having such a consistent performance base at the centre-back spot that you can't think of one game when he's played at centre-back that he's been bad. And for me, definitely deserves that. So what do you think? Make sure you let me know down there in the comment section below. Whilst you're hopefully sharing your thoughts on the big man signing a cheeky wee contract extension, let's get to probably the biggest talking point in this season, because this fire is only getting bigger and bigger as we're sort of getting closer and closer to the Celtic game next week. And if you don't know what I'm actually talking about, ladies and gentlemen, we are of course here to talk about this Nathan Patterson fire that all Scottish media is talking about. Now, just in case you don't know what I'm actually talking about, I am of course referring to the fact that Neil Lennon's "I failed to get 10 in a row" stunt double, John Kennedy, is actually out here greeting about the fact that the SFA has taken so long to deal with Rangers' appeal for Nathan Patterson that allows him to play not only versus Hibs, the Mora, but to play against Celtic in the Cup next week. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. John Kennedy is actually out here greeting and complaining and putting public pressure on the SFA to try and stop a backup 19-year-old right back for the Glasgow Rangers to play against his team. Oh, what an embarrassment they actually are. Everything they've been able to cram in to this banter year microwave and stick on this season has been truly incredible and enjoyable to sit here and watch in what was their biggest season according to so many of their fans. But regarding the actual incident itself, once again Steven Gerrard has been out there confirming the players were out of line, they've been punished by the club, and they deserve a punishment for the breach that they actually went ahead and the rules that they broke. However, it's just the consistency of the amount of games that is the issue, and that's what they want to highlight, because let's just be brutally honest here, ladies and gentlemen, we all know for a fact what's going to happen with this appeal. It's going to be 2 seconds, right? Flung that back out there and the players will be banned for the time that they are going to be banned. However, we didn't know how long it was going to take the SFA to put it into place. Hell, we've seen it before with Alfredo Morelos and everything like that. It's been like 2 or 3 days and been fast-tracked. This one just wasn't fast-tracked. And let's be brutally honest, we aren't the only club that Disney get things fast-tracked. For the majority of the season, every incident has been fast-tracked. This one wasn't, and again, they want to greet about that, they want to do this, but that's all they've got left, ladies and gentlemen. That's all they can cling to this season, is that little bit of hope that something's in the background is wrong with this season, because they can't come to the fact that we are just better in every single aspect as a football club. And I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I love the shithousery of this, and I love the fact that Patterson can play the Mora and he can play against Celtic next week. I hope the boy scores in both games and gives it wee loudy in his celebrations, but also the fact that now, the way things are, this allows Patterson again to get more game time, and also gives Tavernier a wee bit more time to get 100% right before he comes back as well, because now, as the sort of timelines are suggesting, by the time the appeal comes in and it gets obviously flung out by the SFA and Patterson will be banned, Tavernier should be back, and that for me is absolutely perfect timing as we transition into the all team news for the game tomorrow, as Tavernier got a positive update that he's back on a 1v1 with the physio out in the training. However, he isn't involved with the team just yet in terms of full team training, blah 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 blah, so he is definitely ruled out of tomorrow's game. However, he does have an outside chance to be involved in the game versus Celtic. If not, again, he'll definitely be back for the next one, which lines up perfectly with Patterson's ban. Moving on though with other team news, we obviously have a wee update regarding Ryan Jack, but it's an update that probably doesn't quite fit just yet. It should be an update that's given in tomorrow's video, because where we stand when we got the information from Steven Gerrard, they were waiting for the next day to hear back from a specialist. Well, it is the next day today, ladies and gentlemen, so now Rangers will have a better understanding of when Jacko can get back in, what's causing the issue, and how do they stop it from causing any problems for Jacko in the future. So we will get an update regarding Jacko tomorrow ahead of the game, as Steven Gerrard confirmed in yesterday's press conference. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the oppositional preview, that is the Rangers conversation, and that is the latest injury / team news all wrapped up in a neat little bow. Now I hand it over to you guys, because I want to know your thoughts and opinions ahead of this game tomorrow. And if you didn't mind sharing your old prediction on down in the comments, that'd be greatly appreciated. Me myself, I do think again it is going to be a battle, but Ibrox, with everyone sort of chirping and saying this and this, I think this Rangers team will come out here a bit pissed off. So I do think we're finally going to break the 1-0 who do it, and I'm actually going to go with Rangers 2, Hibernian 0. I was thinking 2-1, but I'm going to go with the 2-0. I think my goal scorers are going to be the boy Alfredo Morelos. I want to be sitting here doing this in tomorrow's freaking preview, reaction video, sorry. And the last one, my last goal scorer, I think Kamal Roof fancies a goal in this game. He's looking a wee bit sharper, and again, he's got so much bite about him, and he wants to make impression, so I think Kamal Roof will get involved in the goals as well. But that's it. Best of luck with your old predictions. But before we wrap up today's video, we obviously got the terrible news yesterday of the passing of Prince Philip, and you've seen a lot of outpouring of tributes from not only like Rangers Football Club, but so many clubs. I know Arsenal done a very nice thing in that as well. I've seen Jose Mourinho, if you haven't seen that, he actually stops his press conference. You can see the shock in his face, and he speaks for a couple of minutes. So a lot of people came out there and done the tributes to Prince Philip, and that's brilliant to see. And I just want to give my best wishes at the end of today's video. I believe everyone in the top flight of Scottish football will be doing a minute of silence, and I'm sure we'll be doing something special tomorrow for the game at Hibs as well. So I just wanted to end today's video with that little mention there, and again, that is why there'll be a minute of silence in tomorrow's game. Speaking of game, that'll be the next time me and you see each other, so hopefully we're sitting smiling, happy, with a lot of breakdown and a lot of positive stuff to discuss. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been CJNova92. Thank you so much for watching. All the best, and bye-bye.